For decades, military leaders have been using the Battle of Gettysburg to teach up-and-coming military leaders about what to do and what not to do in key battles. Well, today we're going to talk about what ministry leaders can be doing using this exact same battle as an example about how we treat and talk to and equip our volunteer leaders. Learn more in a second. The Battle of Gettysburg has always been a key battle for military strategists to be talking to and teaching other people about what to do and what not to do in battles. Well, ministry leaders can use this battle for the exact same reasons, and it all has to do with volunteers. So today we're going to talk about 3 lessons I learned from the Battle of Gettysburg about volunteerism. The first thing is that volunteers are essential. Well, duh. Everybody knows that, right? We all need volunteers. We are not Han Solo. We cannot do this all by ourselves. We need volunteers. And what I learned in the Battle of Gettysburg is that the U.S. Army at the time was a shell of what it is now. Obviously, there weren't as many people. And so in order for them to be effective, in order for them to win battles, they had to recruit volunteers to help them win those battles. What's the lesson learned? We need volunteers. Obviously, we need volunteers to help us. We cannot do our ministry all by ourselves, whether you have a small ministry or a very big one. You need people to come alongside you, support you, and help minister to other people because you can't do it all alone. So make sure you have a recruitment strategy in place right now so you get those essential volunteers for your ministry. Number 2, communication with volunteers is a must. Okay, at one point in the Battle of Gettysburg, Robert E. Lee was not able to communicate with his key generals and key officers throughout the battle, whereas the Union general, General Meade, was able to communicate almost on a very hourly basis about what was happening at that time. And because General Lee was not able to talk to all his key leaders, he missed key information. But General Meade had all that information as he was able to talk with all his key leaders regularly. So what's the lesson learned here? Is to communicate with your volunteers regularly. I'm not saying hourly, that's way too much. But you have access to their email addresses, their phone numbers. You need to be contacting them on a weekly basis, updating them on everything that is happening in the ministry so that they are fully aware. The more aware they are of what's happening in the ministry, the more effective they can be. And honestly, the more communication you have with your leaders, the more aware you can be of them and their lives so that if something's coming up in their life, they can be communicating that with you. If they don't have any access to you, then they can't communicate key things that are happening in their lives to you. So be in constant communication with your volunteers. The third thing is that they don't need to be fully trained at first. The main commander who played a really key role in the Battle of Gettysburg was not a fully trained commander. In fact, he was a teacher, but he wasn't trained like all the other commanders in military action. But because his desire to learn and his desire to grow allowed him to go up and up and up in the military ranks. And again, he played a key role in the victory for the Union in the Battle of Gettysburg. The lesson learned here for us ministry leaders is that in the same way, our volunteers don't need to have all the training to be a great ministry leader. They just have to have the heart to serve and the heart and the passion to go after that key demographic that you are serving right now. So come up with a strategy to train them. Come up with a training and development plan to help them be more equipped in ministry. But as long as they have the heart to do it, bring them on and let them learn as they go. Teach them as they're doing ministry, because where the heart is, they're going to be more willing and passionate to learn and grow how to do that more effectively. So there you have it. 3 things that I learned from the Battle of Gettysburg about what we can be doing better with our volunteers. But I'm curious, what are you learning right now with how you can be training and equipping and preparing your ministry leaders, your volunteers, to be doing ministry better? What are you doing right now? Share below or use the hashtag YMSidekick or hit me up at YMSidekick. I'd love to hear what you're doing with volunteers. Also, make sure you tune into YM Sidekick all week. I've got a new podcast and a blog coming out this week. And if you haven't signed up for the Sidekick Scoop yet, sign up ASAP. I've got a link below. It's about how you can get fresh content from all over the blogosphere, fresh podcasts that I've collected about people who are doing ministry more effectively. And I've put it all together in one simple email just for you. So sign up for the Sidekick Scoop right now. And also, if you like this video, subscribe to this page. I'd love for you to subscribe and get this content coming to your inbox each and every week. All right, everyone, that's all I got for you today. Hope you have a great rest of the week, and I'll see you next time.